Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classics as Non-Classic. This is episode number 809 and 909 and Doubleshot number 803. I have sort of two Batman-related trades. First up, it is a book that I kind of consider Batman trade, even though some people might consider it just a regular event DC published. Yeah, and this is Dark Knight's Metal, the Deluxe edition. Yeah, and this only cost me like $30 for this dang thing. Written by Scott Snyder and James Tynion the fourth. Artwork by Greg Capullo, who's the main artist of the book, along with these following artists. And they are Greg Capullo, Mikel Janin, and Alvaro Martinez. The cover art, this fantastic cover, is done by Greg Capullo, Jonathan Gaspel, who's actually the inker, and Faso Pasila, who's the colorist. And yes, this creature does exist in the book. This particular book, well, this just contains just the main miniseries. This is actually one of three trades that collect the event of Dark Knight's Metal. Yeah, the other two are the Resistance, and the Prelude. Yep. Now, this book has references to several different previous stories before this particular event. There's a reference to the second arc of All-Star Batman, Scott Snyder's Court of Owls story. Yeah, because, well, why not? Scott Snyder wrote both of them, so reference both of them. There's also reference to Crisis on Infinite Earths, Final Crisis, Batman Return to Bruce Wayne. There's reference to the 90s Aquaman series. Yeah, I was surprised about that one, because I did not expect to see reference to that of all things. But yeah, there's several points in here like, okay, when the heck did this happen? But there kind of is an explanation for that, because some stuff in here you have to read the tie-ins to kind of fill in the gap. They don't exactly expand upon stuff that happens in here. They kind of do, but mostly they take place between these issues. This particular event is the introduction to the evil Batman. Yes, the evil Batman, who, believe it or not, are just alternate versions of Batman from different universes. What's the interesting thing about this particular miniseries? This is the return of Plastic Man. Yes, Plastic Man. Also, this book is the first time that Martian Manhunter has appeared in a comic book, first time in a year. Yeah, first time in a year that he's actually made a physical appearance in an actual comic book. Yeah, his last physical appearance prior to this was actually, believe it or not, in the pages of his own solo book. Also, we see the first post-Flashlight appearance of the headquarters of the Legion of Doom. But in this series, the building is used by the Immortal Men. Yeah, these are a group of immortals who actually are basically, some are heroes, some are villains. I see the Phantom Stranger, Morgan Le Fay, Vandal Savage, Ra's al Ghul, a few others. But yeah, this is the first appearance of the Immortal Men, which they would later get their own short-lived ongoing series right after this. I don't know who wrote it, though. Let's see. We also see the return of a character that... This is technically his first post-Flash appearance as well. We see the return of Daniel Hall, a.k.a. Dream, a.k.a. Neil Gaiman's Sandman. Yes, this miniseries brings back him. We also see the return of the Darkseid Baby from Darkseid War. Yeah, referencing a Jeff Johns event. That was something. Even while reading this originally, yeah, it was something that Scott Snyder referenced a Jeff Johns book. Of course, here's reference to Court of Owls by having three members get showed up and get killed by a bunch of evil Robins. Yeah. And here are the evil Batmen, making their first full appearance. This is all of them. The one in the middle, that is the Batman who laughs. Yeah, Scott Snyder exclusively created this character, and now this character's got his own miniseries. Yeah. The rest of these characters, okay. This is Red Death. It's like, what if Batman had powers of the Flash? We have, let's see. We have this guy right here. I don't remember his name. He basically, what if Batman had the powers of Green Lantern? This one right here is, I don't remember this character's name, but it's basically, what if Batman became Ares, the god of war? This one here, the big bulky guy. Yeah, that apparently is Doomsday. Yeah, Batman took over Doomsday. This woman over here is actually, believe it or not, a female version of Bruce Wayne who killed Mira and became Aquawoman. And let's see. Oh yeah, and this is the one in black. That's Murder Machine. Yeah, that's Murder Machine. Murder Machine is basically, what if Batman get the powers of Cyborg? Yeah, that's simply what this group is. And also as for the Batman Who Laughs, his explanation of how he got the way he is that he was exposed to Joker gas, went insane, killed the Bat family, and put on Joker makeup. Oh, by the way, he does the Count of the main Joker, which I'll get to that. It's awesome. We also see the return of Carter Hall, the actual one. Not the one in Show of Savage Hawkman. That was not Carter Hall. That was Kater Hall, the alien. Yeah, this is the first Flash appearance. Now, this book has several characters making their first post-Flash appearance. You have, like I said, Daniel Hall, Carter Hall, Kendra Saunders, the great niece of Shira Hall, the wife of Hawkman, who's also the original Hawk Girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Though prior to this, we had to see her Mr. Terrific to the regular universe after his time at Earth 2. That happened the prelude. As for how he got back, never explained. Yep. Also, they have hints of stuff that happens in the tie-ins. They don't, for some reason, they don't exactly put editor notes. They do have some editor notes in here about the Resistance. They don't explain what happens in here, which is quite nice. But yeah, you have to read the tie-ins to understand what the heck this is. Oh yeah, this whole thing about this. Also, I should point out though, this evil creature, this dark god, they don't really explain him very well. We don't know what his face even looks like. It kind of reminds me of the Time Trapper from the Legion of Superheroes. Yeah, what his book describes him, he says that he's some dark god. Oh, and where do these evil Batmen come from? They come from the dark multiverse. Yes, I'm not kidding about this. And for some reason, the artist decided to use, believe it or not, I was actually surprised to see this again, was that they actually used the map from Grant Morrison's Multiverse. Also, I love here on the cover, on the wall here, we have the World War II Blackhawks and the Will Peterson Starman. He actually returned at the end of Scott Snyder's first arc of Justice League. Mm-hmm. We also see the original Challenges of the Unknown, which, by the way, they did get their own spin-off book after this, which got canceled to 6 issues. We also see the Metal Men with Red Tornado. Yeah, Red Tornado pops up several times in here, but he doesn't really do anything. But yeah, it's something, though, that the artist decided to use. The picture, this picture is from the Multiversity Guidebook by Grant Morrison. So yeah, this book references 3 things Grant Morrison did. Yeah, the Crisis of Earth reference. Yeah, apparently Batman got his hands on one of the Anti-Monitor's tuning forks. Where the heck he got this thing, I have no idea. Oh, where's the thing stored? The Fortress of Solitude of all places. Yep. Yeah, apparently the Dark Universe is basically, what if the universe has, like, what if the multiverse, we flipped it over, you had the dark one, it's basically all the dark stuff. Yeah, and all these Earths got negative numbers, like there's negative 51, negative 5, stuff like that, yeah. That's basically what it is when it comes to the Dark Multiverse. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, and this page right here, this page is the first post-Flash appearance of Daniel Hall. Yeah. It is something, though, the fact that he shows up here. I'm sure Neil Gaiman's happy the fact he showed up here. If I get a chance to meet Neil Gaiman, I'll get a chance to talk about it with him. We also see appearances by the Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle, which prior to this, his comic got canceled. Actually was canceled just after this event because it was canceled just last year. Yeah. We also see Zatanna and John Constantine, which, by the way, they don't do very much this event. Plus, I love Damian's line in here. Like, this is a funny line. Okay, thanks for keeping in mind, suit man. Pull over, Robin, now. There's no winning here. And I love Damian's line here. Listen, lady, I'm 13 years old, and I'm driving a bad hog through the Amazon on Tuesday morning. I'm already winning. Family, evasive action now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and the whole thing of these guys dressed up as Batman, Yeah, this is taken from Dark Knight Strikes Again, which is a book by Frank Miller. Yeah. Yeah, and by the way, the Frank Miller Batman, the one from Dark Knight Returns, does show up in here. We also see appearance by frickin' Swamp Thing, a character who has not made that many appearances since his own comic got canceled back in 2015, I think it was. Yeah. They ended the book after 40 issues. We also see appearance by Clayface. Yeah, frickin' Clayface. Yeah, let's see. We also see... let's see here. We briefly see Orion and Mr. Miracle. Though after this event, they didn't do very much after this. Excuse me. We have some stuff that references the events of the tie-ins. We see Dr. Fate, Detective Chimp. Deathstroke appears in here. He actually gets a good amount to do, despite the fact this is probably the first time I can think of that Scott Snyder has written a book featuring Deathstroke of all people. Yeah. Of course he's wearing his costume he wears in his own solo book. Yeah, let's see. We also see Batman turning old. Yeah, that happened in the pages of Batman Lost. Yeah, that was a one-shot done by Scott Snyder. It was a really good one-shot. Yeah, and it was in the same issue. We see also Starro the Conqueror, even though that is Starro, but man, I'm like, what the heck is up with this reason? Oh yeah, we also see Beowulf, who is a old Hawkman villain, who's the old Silver Age Hawkman villain. Yeah, as for how he got control of Thanagar, I have no idea. Oh, and I love the suits that the Hawkmen wear, that the Thanagarians wear, which is a nod to the War World, the Hawk World series by Timothy Trueborn from the 80s. Yeah, I love the fact they actually wear these suits. Because that's one damn good comic book. I highly recommend you check it. Everybody check it out. Let's see. We also see that Kendra Saunders becomes Lady Blackhawk. I mean, sort of Lady Blackhawk. We also see Black Adam. Yeah. Though prior to this, I think his last known appearance prior to was actually showed up in a few issues of Sinestro. Yeah, that was his last physical appearance. Too bad Black Adam hasn't encountered, of all people, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, hasn't encountered Shazam in a while. Well, Captain Marvel. Here's the return of Carter Hall as this weird creature. Yeah, this is explaining the one chunk of Hawkman found of how in the world he got like this. Yeah, I will talk about when I get a chance to get my hands on the Gotham Resistance. Yeah, let's see here. We see Batman fight a bunch of creatures. Yeah, there's also a joke about when Batman flew on a dragon with Joker's face on it. Yeah, there was a joke about that in here. And look, we see the return of Plastic Man. Now I should point out though, Plastic Man's last appearance prior to this miniseries was actually show up in the first issue of Justice League United back in 2011. So yeah, it had been a good... At the time, I think when this later on he showed up in here, this was the first time in 6 years he's actually made a physical appearance. And look, here's the Batman from the multiverse. Yeah, you can tell by the one in the center. That's basically the Dark Knight Returns Batman. You can tell by the design of it. Yeah. Of course, we have Detective Chimp. Well, a couple of them anyways. We see the Batman from the Red Rain miniseries. Well, Red Rain it was one shot written by Doug Moak and Kelly Jones. Yeah, that's a minor nod, but it's not exactly a noteworthy nod. We see everybody wearing this 10th metal. Yeah, they kind of basically explained the whole thing with the 10th metal thing, where nth is basically 9th metal, and there's also another metal called 8th metal. Yeah, they kind of expand upon that in here. Yeah. Yeah, and I thought this was so funny. We also see the return of the Monitor, which for some reason they call him the Over-Monitor. But yeah, that's the Monitor for Crisis and Infinite Earths. Yeah. This is probably his first actual appearance of this Monitor. First time since that miniseries. Yeah, there was Monitors Open Countdown, but not this guy. Yeah, this is a different guy. This is the same guy from that particular event. It's like, oh yeah. Yeah, Batman just, oh yeah, is this a Batcave? Yeah. And he's fighting the Batman who laughs. And he says his line, just fire the damn gun. Like, I'm glad you could see, like, yeah, and Batman's like, I wasn't talking to you. And it's the Joker. Which one? No idea, because Jeff Johns had this weird idea of saying, oh yeah, there are 3 Jokers. Which, as far as I can tell, he's never followed up upon. Yeah, and it's been 2 years since this revelation happened. Actually, right now it's been 3 years, and he's done nothing with this at all. I mean, some people suggest Scott Snyder would do something with this, but no. Nobody's followed up with this at all, which is so dumb. Yeah. Yeah, the Batman who also gets his fingers chopped off by the Joker. It was a great brawl, and it's always and really great. And we see everybody's doing a special light, and the source wall breaks. Yeah, apparently this was actually in story a good reason to start new stuff. We also see, but now this artwork right here, they don't see here on this page, but this looks like, I don't know if this is Danny Mankey's artwork, but look at this artwork. It looks like Clay Mann's. Yeah. Somebody tell me if this is really supposed to be... Now, I'm looking at this artwork. I know Clay Mann's artwork, and this looks like Clay Mann's artwork, not Danny Mankey's. Yeah, I'm sure Clay Mann himself must have basically helped drew this thing. But here's a page right here I should mention. These particular next few pages would actually set up some stuff for the next 2 years for DC Comics. We see the Immortal Men, Hawkman, the Metal Men. We see a setup for Neil Gaiman's Sandman universe. Yeah, that's set up in here as well. Yeah, and as for the New Age line, I will talk about that soon. We also see stuff that we explored in other books, like we see the Dark Star stuff, which was explored in the final arc of Hal Jordan Atlanticor. The Rising of Atlantis, that's from the Sunken Atlantis storyline. The Flash Forge, I'll discuss that in my next episode. The Dark Pantheon stuff with Wonder Woman. Yeah, that actually was explored in James Robinson's his Wonder Woman run. Yeah, and then the book ends with the party, and then we see blueprints for the Hall of Justice. Yep. Yep. This overall was a really fantastic event to read. Now I'm going to give this book roughly a 9.75 out of 10. It's really fantastic. I know some people don't like this event because it could be disappointing. This is basically Scott's been building up the past few years. Yeah, apparently it's explained in the book that apparently the whole idea of this particular crossover was the Dio. Dan DiDio suggested this story to doing a crossover to Scott Snyder. He initially was hesitant to do it, but he did it anyways. And he has this whole thing of set up initiatives and reboots that be ignored. The stuff happened here would definitely be explored. The writers of all the books that came with this thing did not hesitate to do this. And in the case of New Heroes, these are the books that were launched in the aftermath of the event. We have The Silencer, Damage, Sideways, The Terrifics, The Unexpected, Curse of the Unspoken, Curse the Brimstone, The Immortal Men, Hawkman, and they all got good writers and artists. And pretty much, here's kind of the thing. All these books kept the same writer the whole period of time, but all but Hawkman had the original artist leave after 3 issues. Yeah, I'm not kidding about that. And also, that by this coming April, all of the New Age hero books, by that point, except for 3, have since been canceled or going to be canceled. The Immortal Men and Challenge Unknown, those 2 were canceled after releasing 6 issues. Yes. Curse of the Brimstone is going to end after 12 issues. Damage is going to end after 14 issues. So is Sideways. Now, who started these books? I don't remember who started the Immortal Men and Challenge the Unknown. Yeah, I don't remember who started these books. Hawkman was started by Robert Venditti and with Brian Hitch the artwork. And this is the only book to keep the same creative team the whole period of time without having changed of artists. Terrifics was originally done by Jeff Lemire and Ivan Reyes. Reyes left after 3 issues, and now we have new artists in the book, and it's still a pretty damn good book. Damage was done by Rob Venditti and Tony S. Daniel. Tony S. Daniel led the book of 3 issues to do some arc in Suicide Squad and Batman. As for what the heck he's doing now, I have no idea. Let's see. Yeah. Oh yeah, the stuff with Flash War, that we explored pages of Flash. Dark Pantheon, Wonder Woman during James Roberts' run, which has since been wrapped up. Now we have Julia Wilson take over the book. Yeah, that's one thing you gotta appreciate about this particular event. It teases stuff for the future, and it's, as of this point, pretty much all been paid off. Yeah, and of course, the Batman Who Laughs has since popped up in several books. He popped up in several New Age hero books, and now he's got his own miniseries done by Scott Snyder. And here's kind of the thing about this particular event. This event suffered through about 2 delays. Yes, there were 2 issues that were in fact delayed. Though, from what I've heard, I don't think it was Snyder himself did this at all, the whole delay. I think I can partially blame the delay on this thing on Greg Capullo. Even though generally he has never been late on any of his books in the past. But I think this is the first book I can think of that he has done that there's been delays. Now, as for DC event having delay, this is nothing unusual. There have been several books that have received delays in the past. Like, let's say, throughout the whole New Shift, New 52 from 2011 to present, these books basically had delays with their issues. Like, they did this with Forever Evil, this event. They're currently Bank Conquest has actually had an issue got delayed. Heck, Doomsday Clock has suffered delays as well. Also, even Dark Knight 3 Master Race, that suffered delays as well. So it's nothing unusual the fact DC books suffer delays. But mostly it's been miniseries. Never ongoing series. No. Heck, they even had the final issue of... I remember they had this happen when this book came out, and I think it was 2015, when it had the final issue of Batman Eternal. That was late. The final issue was supposed to come out 1 week after issue 51. That issue was delayed by a whole month. No idea why, but it did. But this is my opinion. I love this event, and this is a really damn good event. I know some people were disappointed with it. I don't think this was on my friend Tivia's worst comics of last year. I don't think it was, because this was a damn good event, in my opinion, because I had fun reading this damn thing. It's just so good. Alright, moving on to something that has nothing to do with Dark Knight's Metal. We have Suicide Squad, Volume 7, Drain the Swamp. Written by Rob Williams and Simon Spurrier. Simon Spurrier just writes the first 2 issues, which features a guy who has nothing to do with Suicide Squad, and he gets killed off at the end of this 2-bar appearance. What's with the whole Drain the Swamp thing? It's actually a good multi-part, so it takes up a good 6 issues. Yeah, we had this whole thing of the character Hack, who comes back in the storyline after being dead for... Yeah, at this point, she had been dead for like a little over a year in comic time, publication period, because, well, the comic comes out twice a month. That's because with several different artists throughout its run. Of course, this book has artwork by Eric Parusia, Fernando Pesarin, Tom Durant, Neil Edwards, Jack Herbert, and Jose Luis. The cover art here is done by Eddie Burrows, Eber Ferreira, and Andrea Lucas, who's the colorist in here. Yeah, the first half features the return of Hack, and she finds out who kills her, and the reader has already known for a while that it was Captain Boomerang who killed her. And they reference the whole thing of the character Hagcord, who actually paid Boomerang to kill her. Why she paid Boomerang to kill her, I have no idea. Paid Boomerang to kill her. Why couldn't she do it with Deadshot, who was an actual killer? Boomerang has probably killed people in the past, but he's not a hired assassin. That goes to Deadshot. He's a hired gun. Not Captain Boomerang. This was bizarre. Yeah, then she took over the thing known as The Wall, which apparently was supposed to replace the Suicide Squad, which they abruptly shut down. But had to react because the Wall going frickin' haywire, and also getting her hands on this black portfolio, which apparently contained all of Amanda Waller's dirty secrets about the Suicide Squad. And it was later revealed at the end of this thing that apparently what she got their hands on wasn't the actual thing, it was a bogus one. Yeah. Also, the Enchantress gets killed off in the storyline. Why? I have no idea why. Also, I should point out at this period of time, if you know anybody who's ever read Suicide Squad, know that the longest volume to date was the original volume. And for years, apparently DC has tried to duplicate success of like how long a period of time they keep the good period of time that you keep comic going for. They tried with the second volume. Got canceled 12 issues. They had a mini-series, less 8 issues. And then they brought the series back in 2011, which ended at 30 issues. Relaunched New Suicide Squad. That got ended at 22 issues. And this by far is the second longest one to date. It has surpassed every single volume to date. But the book decided to abruptly end at 50 issues. Excuse me. I don't know why, but it did. But I think this was actually a really good storyline, and I do recommend it. I'm going to give this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. It's really good. Yeah. Though, I don't like the fact that Rick Flag was removed from the Suicide Squad because in the last arc he was really alive after he got killed off in another story arc. Yeah. Also, King Faraday's in here as well. Yeah, he since become a recurring character in this book. Because, well, he was associated with the original Suicide Squad, so my guess is Robert Lim's like, okay, I'll bring in the book, but I'll make him a villain, even though that in previous appearances, King Faraday has generally been an agent of the government, but he's never been depicted as a villain. Also, he suffered the effects of a virus, which I would have thought that they kept the guy quarantined, but apparently, no. They apparently allowed him to walk around despite the fact he's affected with a freaking virus. Somehow it's remained contained for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. Oh yeah, and also Harley actually flirts with Rick Flag a few times in here. But it goes nowhere. It's not like what it was before Robert Williams wrote it where she and Rick Flag had sex. Yeah. Of course, there's also mentioning about Deadshot's bionic arm in here. Yeah, that was something Katana did. Yeah, she briefly chopped up his arm for... That was in the previous story arc. Yeah. Otherwise, that's really it for this particular review. Stay tuned for my review of a couple other books I own. I may or may not get to it today. If not, get to it tomorrow, okay? But do this next review. Bye.